conclusion of the grand drive in the southwest corner of the beef barn. They will begin taking those goats after the conclusion of the grand drive, the southwest corner of the beef barn. Be sure to sign up at the pen. They will only accept goats until 3 p.m. At that time, they will load the trailer. Let's go ahead and congratulate all of our exhibitors out of class number 9 for doing a fantastic job. It's the call for class number 10 of our market goats. Class number 10 of our market goats. This will be our final call for class number 10. Final call for class number 10.
Another excellent class of heavyweight goats in here, and I think up here as we sort this top trio, which I think is what it is, we got a pair of goats that are just really, really stout and burly and got lots to them, and I think they kind of overwhelm our goat in third in that particular regard. And yet I think as you study that particular pair, I like the goat that we lead with because I think he's assembled just a little better. When we put him in motion, this goat's really true in terms of the way he gets out and moves. He's good from the hock down. He moves with a lot of stability and a lot of trueness in terms of the way he tracks. That goat, if you really study him, that goat's got a monster big rib and chest, and he's big and shapely in his top and really square built from behind. And yet on the side view, while he's not the most exotic one or the tallest fronted one, I think his underline is still good because I think his chest floor fits in there right, and you put that much mass and substance in him, they're going to be a little bulkier, and I think we find that in our goat in second. Our goat in second to me is a little piecier than the goat that we use to lead the class. He's not as opened up in terms of his top shape and his rack compared to the goat that we lead with, but I think he's just bulkier and more massive, and I think he follows our class winner in type and kind just a little better than does the goat in third. Now the goat in third's more elevated, no question. He's longer bodied. He's probably just a notch cleaner in his overall makeup than the goats that we used in second for sure, but maybe gives up some in terms of stoutness when you get right behind him, when you get right on top of him. He's certainly got some pieces. He's just a little different in terms of his type and kind. He's got a lot of quality, no question. Don't let me try and convince you otherwise, because that's a really good goat that we put third. Nice pair of goats in fourth and fifth. I like this young lady's goat in fourth from its hip forward. I think he's competitive in terms of the way his balance is and in terms of the way his silhouette fits. He just needs to be squared up as you study him from behind. The goat we use in fifth is a really lean, high cutability goat. Again, I think as these heavyweights, we put a little more emphasis on that and make sure they're compositionally right, and he is from a leanness and trimness standpoint. Unfortunately, the goat's just a little bit narrower gauge and doesn't have quite the total product in him from a muscle mass standpoint. Good goats all the way through. Congratulate these young people here in this heavyweight class.
Congratulations to our market goats out of class number 9. Your class winner is Addison Hodson from Weld County. Second in class is Forrest Rutledge from Yuma County. Third in class is Carson Fetzer from Weld County. Fourth in class is Bella Campbell from Sedgwick County. Fifth in class is Allison Hawker from Larimer County. Sixth in class is Taylor Singleton from Pueblo County. Seventh in class is Brody Shrevey from Larimer County. Eighth in class is Remington Butler from Morgan County. Ninth in class is Jordan Spall from Douglas County. And 10th in class is Allison Hawker from Larimer County. Entering the ring at this time is class number 10 of our Market Goat Show. Class number 10. Goats in this class have a weight range of 97 to 102 pounds. Goats in this class have a weight range of 97 to 102. This will be a call for class number 11 of our heavyweight market goats. Class number 11, our goat show. Please be making your way to the show ring. Let's go ahead and congratulate all of our exhibitors out of class number 10 for doing an excellent job as they exit the ring. This would be a second call for class number 11, our Market Goat Show. Second call for class number 11, our Market Goat Show. This will be our final call for class number 11, our Market Goat Show. Final call for class number 11 in our Market Goat Show.
Nice class of heavier weight goats, and of course as we get a little more advanced in terms of weight and maturity, composition becomes a bigger factor, and I think the two goats we lead with do that the best in this class in terms of the way they handle from a leanness and cutability standpoint, and yet having some muscle mass. And with that said, I think the goat that we lead with, I think kind of separates himself just in terms of the way he's assembled and his balance and the overall quality he exudes, along with that correctness of touch and composition. He's not the biggest boned, he's not the stoutest one or the most shapely one that we've used today by any stretch, but I think still a goat that's got a tremendous amount of quality, and that's what we've tried to emphasize. Nice goat that comes in there second as well, not quite as good right back through his hip, maybe doesn't handle quite as neatly right down his top, but I think compared to the goat in third, I think he's more compositionally right, although the goat in third, maybe his pieces fit together a little better. This guy, when he gets him assembled and gets him stuck on the side view, this is a really, really attractive goat in terms of his running uphill and being long and level in his top line, being wide based at the corners and good in his shape. From the three-quarter view, he's maybe just a little softer to the touch than ideal, and that's what we'd fix about him. But I think he's got more mass and more substance than the young lady's goat that comes in there fourth. This goat's pretty lean. I like that about him. I like his compositional correctness and trimness. He gets a little piece together and maybe at times just kind of falls apart on us a little bit, but I like his trimness and I like his leanness from a composition standpoint. Young man that runs out our top five, again, a good rib goat. It's got a good chest floor and forearm in him. I'd like to expand him and square him up as you study his hind saddle and just give him more dimension in that regard. Congratulations to these young people. Another solid set of heavyweights.
Congratulations to our exhibitors out of class number 10. Your class winner is Anna Vetter of Arapahoe County. Second in class was Sophie Samber out of Washington County. Third was Cash Campbell out of Sedgwick County. Fourth was Caden Healy Mitchell from Morgan County. Fifth was Hazen Weber from Weld County. Sixth was Kendra Ike from Moffett County. Seventh was Caitlin Meckelberg from Yuma County. Eighth was Stormy Lubers from Prowers County. Ninth was Cambry Rogers from Rio Blanco County, and 10th was Josh Ryan from Weld County. Entering the ring now is class number 11. This is our final class in our Market Goat Show. These goats have a weight range of 103 to 110. Class number 11, our final class in our Market Goat Show, has a weight range of 103 to 110 pounds. We'd like to remind all of our livestock exhibitors that over at the Colorado State University Department of Animal Science booth, they are having two drawings today. The first is some swag sponsored by the Colorado State University Department of Animal Sciences, the Colorado Beef Breeds Council, the Colorado Cattlemen's Association, and the Colorado Livestock Association. They are giving away coolers, water bottles, and backpacks. You need to enter that by the conclusion of this particular class. So if you haven't had a chance to enter for that yet today, please do so here quickly. Secondly, they also have a drawing for the second of two Nutrient Ag Day packages. Each one of those packages includes 4 barbecue tickets, 4 football tickets, and 1 parking pass to the CSU Ag Day football game. Anyone can enter at the booth for that, and that too will be drawn at the conclusion of this particular class. So get on over there to the CSU booth, get entered for those drawings, and we appreciate those guys being here throughout the duration of our junior market goat shows. Also want to remind our junior or our lightweight and medium weight champions that the grand drive will begin 30 minutes following the selection of our champion heavyweight. The lightweight and medium weight champions, remember that our grand drive will be 30 minutes following the conclusion of our heavyweight champion. This is our first call for all of our first and second place market goats out of the heavyweight division. This is our first call for all of our first and second place market goats out of the heavyweight division. Be our second call for all of our first and second place market goats out of our heavyweight division. Be our second call for all of our first and second place market goats out of our heavyweight division. Final call for all of our first and seconds in our medium weight or heavyweight classes. Final call for our first and seconds in our heavyweight classes.
Well, here in our last class of heavyweights, I think a pretty logical place to hook. The young lady's brought a really nice heavyweight goat that's got a lot of terminal shape. Man, that dude is he's massive. He has got a big top in him. He's got lots of power from end to end, and yet still holds himself together well and is compositionally right. Really a nice heavyweight to represent this class. I think the goat in second is most similar to him. He's not quite as opened up from forward to rear, but again, a good goat that I think has got more true shape and muscular expression compared to the two black-headed ones that are in third and fourth. He's maybe not quite as big boned and maybe not quite as massive up high as the goat that we started with for sure, and maybe he isn't quite as fluid in his movement as the goat in third, but I think he has a distinct advantage in terms of his compositional correctness. The black-headed goat in third's a really nice made one. He's good bodied. He's a goat that's really correct and gets out and travels. He's just a little plainer in terms of his shape. I'd like to lean him up. I'd like to give him just a notch more expression. I think our goat in fourth does that just a little better than the goat in third, at least from a leanness standpoint. That young lady does a great job getting him stuck. Congratulations to her. He's a little rougher in his pattern. I'd like to square him up and open him up in his hip shape and give him just a notch more substance when you get right behind him, but I prefer him in terms of his top line and his handling quality compared to the goat that we got in fifth. Again, a lean, muscular, kind of, or lean, shapely goat that's very, very trim, and that's what gets him in the top five. We got some goats underneath him that are, again, we've tried to emphasize and keep them lean enough. They just need a notch more power, and this goat had just a little extra power, particularly through his hind saddle. Congratulate our last individual class here in the heavyweight drive. These young people have done a great job.
Congratulations to our exhibitors out of class number 11. Your class winner is Brooke Lambrick from Weld County. Second in class is Bailey Nelson from Delta County. Third in class is Ridge Smith from Montrose County. Fourth, Cassie Jaggers, Bent County. Fifth, Elena Mock, Douglas County. Sixth, Stacy Patton, Weld County. Seventh, Cheyenne Goss, Weld County. Eighth, Allison Hawker, Larimer County. Ninth, Lindsay Meckelberg, Yuma County. And 10th, Jordan Spall, Douglas County. At this time, we will be selecting for our champion and reserve heavyweight coming out of Nash Richardson. A reminder to all of our market goat exhibitors, if you would like to participate in a buyback program and send your market goat on the truck, that is a $2 bid. Those goats they will start accepting those goats immediately after the grand drive. You can take those goats over to the southwest corner of the beef barn. There's a pin there. They'll be there to check you in. Make sure to sign up on the sheet so they get everything down correctly. They're only going to stay there until 3 p.m. That's when the truck is going to be loaded. So if you are interested in sending your goats on the truck, that's a $2 bid. They will begin accepting those immediately following the grand drive. They'll be there till 3 o'clock. Make sure to get signed up on the sign-up sheet over by the pin. Sam Cunningham, would we maybe have our drawings? Attention in the cattle barn, attention in the cattle barn. We are still currently on track to start the heifer show on time or as close to on time as possible. Been getting some questions about the heifer show. We are as close as possible to starting that on time.
Here's just a few little blurbs, highlights.
Okay, one of the drawings that's been taking place over at the CSU Department of Animal Science booth has been for 2 Nutrient Ag Day packages. The Ag Day is going to be September 24th in Fort Collins. CSU plans to beat Sacramento State at 2 p.m. that day. The barbecue will begin at 10 a.m. For those of you that have never been to the Colorado State University Ag Day football game, it is a great time. Folks from around the state come together, serve a variety of different meats to the general public in support of the agriculture in the state of Colorado. So again, that date is September 24th. They play Sacramento State, and the barbecue begins at 10 a.m. So if you find yourself in need of some adventure prior to the game, tickets are $40 for adults, $30 for youth. That includes the pregame barbecue and game ticket. Okay. That's super funny. She's not here, but no. Okay, so speaking of Ag Day, we have drawn our second of 2 Nutrient Ag Day barbecue packages. Remember, those included 4 barbecue tickets, 4 football tickets, and a parking pass. The winner of that was Jerry Weinrich from Yuma. Sure she'll be there anyway. Rigged, yeah. Okay, we're going to finish these drawings, make sure we've got everything squared away in our goat show. The winner of the water bottle is Madeline Unruh. Congratulations, Madeline. Even got a CSU shirt on, Sam. What do you think about that? How about it? Well, okay, that makes sense. The winner of our backpack is Mary Friend. Mary Friend is the winner of our backpack. She's done quite well in the goat show today. And a big cooler that's been time tested and proven through the hog show, sheep show, and cattle show. It works very effectively. Is Reese Locke. Congratulations. Reese Locke is the winner of our cooler. Certainly appreciate Colorado State University being here throughout the duration of our junior market shows. At this time, we will bring in the animals in contention for our heavyweight division. Coming out of class number 8, your class winner was Echo Bartels from Mesa County. Following Echo is Corbin Jaggers from Bent County. Coming out of class 9 is Addison Hodson from Weld County. Second in that class was Forrest Rutledge from Yuma County. Our class winner from class 10 is Anna Vetter from Arapahoe County. Second in that class was Sophie Samber from Washington County. And coming out of class 11, Brooke Lambrick from Weld County. Second in that class was Bailey Nelson from Delta County. To all of our market goat exhibitors, the grand drive will begin 30 minutes after the completion of our heavyweight selection. The grand drive will begin 30 minutes after the completion of our heavyweight selection. Once again, in the ring are our market goats competing for the champion heavyweight title. Champion reserve, market goats.
Well, folks, as we've had in our other two weight divisions, lots of competition here in the heavyweight drive, and 8 awfully nice goats that beat some good ones to get out here, and all these classes were deep, and congratulations to our young people. I'll review real quick our lightest, our class 1 winner out of the division. Man, really a good touching goat that's lean and very fresh, and I appreciate those things. He gets out in motors and holds himself together well. We talked in class, we maybe gave him just a little different in his top line. His jump muscle gets up there, maybe not quite as good right over his loin edge if we're going to be a little critical, and maybe not quite as powered up when you get right behind him compared to others, but that's a really nice goat that came out of a very competitive class. Class 2 in this division, those two goats are really burly. They're extremely stout, they're extremely square made, and the goat that wins the class puts it together in a little nicer package. That dude is ultra square. He's really good in terms of when he gets out and travels, maintaining a lot of base width and yet doing it very true. I think he's still, for having that much muscle, he's still one that's really good in terms of his underline, and his pieces fit together right. Maybe not the most exotic one through his front end that we've used today, but you talk about one that's stout. That goat is that way. You like him in that regard. Maybe firm him up just a little bit in terms of his handle. The Cape goat that wins class 3 may be a little different than the other 3 that surround him, and by that I mean he's a little bigger in his kind, he's a little stretchier, and maybe just a little more elevated at the top of his shoulder. Really nice and structurally correct, really good balance, a lean goat that's very high cutability for a heavyweight. I think he touches good when you get right down to it. I don't think he's quite as stout at the ground, and I don't think he carries quite the width in terms of skeleton that the other goats around him do, but a nice goat that's got quality for sure. And I thought we had a nice heavyweight goat that's weighing 105 plus. From his hip forward, I like that goat extremely well because he's very, very shapely. He's good in his rib cage. He's clean in his chest. He's lean and high cutability for his size and his weight, and proportionally, I'd square him up just a little bit when you get right back through his hip and study him from behind. But we're being critical here of a goat that's awfully good, and the young lady's done a great job. Really good set of heavyweights. I think we've got a logical place to hook for your champion. We'll study him for reserve, but most importantly, congratulate these 8 young people for a job very well done.
Your grand champion heavyweight comes to us from Class 9, exhibited by Addison Hodgson of Weld County. And your reserve heavyweight also comes out of class number 9, exhibited by Forrest Rutledge of Yuma County. Market Goat exhibitors, we will begin the grand drive at 105. Market Goat exhibitors, we will begin the grand drive at 105. heifer wrangle. Tension in the cattle barn, tension in the cattle barn. Our goal is to begin the FFA heifer wrangle at 1:30. We hope to begin the FFA heifer wrangle at 1:30. Should still put us fairly close on the junior breeding heifer show start time. So we're going to begin the FFA heifer wrangle at 1:30. Hopefully. And the junior breeding show soon after. We're just a little bit under 10 minutes out from the grand drive of our Market Goat Show. We're just about a little bit under 10 minutes out from the grand drive Market Goat Show. Wanting to get that started at 1:05. If we could have all of our Grand and Reserve Division winners at the show ring, please. All of our Grand and Reserve Division winners to the show ring. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Madison, do we have our 6 goats? It looks like we are about ready to get started with the grand drive of Market Goats. I'm even ready for you. The grand drive of Market Goats here at the 2022 Colorado State Fair. Couple of quick reminders. If you have friends and family that are unable to attend the Colorado State Fair this year but would like to watch this grand drive, Taylor Fort and his crew have been here with us for the duration of the junior market shows, and they are live streaming the event. You can jump on Facebook, search Taylor Fort or at taylor.a.fort. You can also find it on YouTube, search Taylor Fort, and you will find the 2022 Colorado State Fair Junior Market Goat Show. Or you can jump on their website, taylorfort.com/live, to find the live stream. So be sure to share that with your friends and family if they are interested in watching the live stream of our event here today. In addition, I want to give one more shout out to if our exhibitors are interested in purchasing photos here today. Beverly and her crew have been with us this whole weekend. They have had taken some backdrops and ring shots. If you're interested in purchasing those photos, jump online at beverlyenglert.com to find those photos. You can also go to her Facebook page and find the link to the website there as well. We've had a great goat show here today. Entries are up. We had well over 200 market goats in a market goat show. Before we bring our goats into the ring, we would like to recognize our judge for the day. Dr. Scott Greiner has sorted through these goats and worked with our youth here today. He is a professor and extension specialist at Virginia Tech. He himself is a product of the 4-H program and is proud to have raised his daughters through 4-H. He works heavily with youth programs in the state of Virginia and has judged in over 35 states at all levels. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Scott Greiner, let's welcome him here again to the Colorado State Fair. Okay. I think at this time, Sydney, are we ready? Okay. We're going to bring in the goats and then recognize our special guests that are here with us for this awesome event. Our champion lightweight, weighing in at 70 pounds, coming to us from Weld County, is Shay Stone. Reserve in that division, weighing in at 72 pounds, coming to us from Logan County, is Bo Carlson. Our champion medium weight market goat, weighing in at 78 pounds, coming to us from Arapahoe County, is Anna Vetter. Reserve champion medium weight market goat, weighing in at 81 pounds, coming to us from Weld County, is Dylan Stone. Your champion heavyweight, weighing in at 96 pounds, coming to us from Weld County, is Addison Hodson. And your reserve champion heavyweight market goat, weighing in at 92 pounds, coming to us from Yuma County, is Forrest Rutledge. Ladies and gentlemen, these are your 3 division and reserve division champions. Okay, with us here today to recognize some special guests as Dr. Greiner looks through his champion divisions, we have several commissioners with us here today. Our vice chairman of the board, Mike Schleep, is here with us. Appreciate him being here. Our secretary of the board, Jeff Mandarich, is here. Appreciate Jeff being here. And our member, Aaron Michalski is here with us today as well. It took 4 shows, but we got that right in the end. Let's give our commissioners an excellent round of applause for being here with us today. Also, we have 3 very special guests here with us this afternoon for our Market Goat Show. First and foremost, we have Miss Rodeo Colorado, Ashley Baller, here with us this afternoon. We have our Miss Rodeo Colorado Lady in Waiting, Randallyn Madison, here with us this afternoon. And everyone around ringside is aware that we also have Miss Rodeo America, Haley Fredrickson, here with us today as well. We appreciate these ladies for joining us. We need to do a few quick thank yous as we continue to sort through these goats. We appreciate all the folks that have been in the ring today, helping run this show smoothly and getting these goats processed throughout the week. We had Madison Snedden, Brian Funk, Bailey Schilling, and Sydney Wilkinson. If we could give these folks a nice round of applause for everything they've done for our Market Goat exhibitors. We also appreciate Mr. Bo Sanders and his crew for being here throughout the junior market portion of the Colorado State Fair and donating their time and energy to get our livestock weighed in and processed. He also donates those scales. If you guys see Mr. Bo Sanders and his crew ringside, be sure to thank them as much as you can. I'd also like to recognize the sponsors of our awards. Our grand champion Market Goat will receive a buckle by Fry Sisters Livestock, a trophy by the Colorado State Fair, a traveling trophy by the Colorado State University Department of Animal Science, a banner by the Colorado State Fair, a Clipper box by ADM Animal Nutrition, and a quart of Lubricin from Lubricin Livestock. Appreciate all of our sponsors in their support of the youth of the state of Colorado.
Well, folks, we've had an awesome goat show, and I want to take this opportunity and say thank you to the Colorado State Fair and those responsible for the opportunity to join you today, and most importantly, the opportunity to work with the great young people that you've got here in the state. It's been an awesome goat show. You know, I think most of us around the ring that participate in these activities understand the number of folks that it takes, both from a fair perspective and getting things organized, as well as lots of folks that are not paid, that are volunteers, that stand around the ring and help get things organized. We've had a really efficient show, and everybody from our announcers to the folks that work the ring to the people that checked them in, please help me in saying thank you to them for a great job and all they've done for the young people. We spent the better part of the morning talking about goats, and hopefully these 6 kind of represent what I was after. I'm very, very pleased with them, and I think they're really good and represent what I was after, and that's goats that have product and muscle and terminal value, and yet goats that I think are respectable and we can appreciate in terms of their correctness of their body shape, their skeletal design, and yet they're balanced and showy. I think all 6 of them do that extremely well, and we're going to rank them 1 through 5 here momentarily. But you know, thinking back, I've had the opportunity to be in 3 states in the last 10 days, and I'm ultra blessed, folks. I am very blessed. I get the opportunity to travel around and do this, not just in goats, but in other species. And as you heard in the announcements, my wife and I raised our 2 daughters up through the program. My youngest one showed goats, and we showed pigs, and we showed lambs, and kind of went all over, as well as in our state. But I think what's really important is that we reflect and just stop for a minute. I spent all morning talking about the goats, and folks, the reason that I'm here and the reason that you're here and the reason that we do this doesn't have a dang thing to do with the goat. It has to do with the young people that are standing in front of those goats and hanging on to them, and the things that they can learn because to be quite honest, and I'm talking to the young people now, you 6 that are here, not just you 6, but all of them that are back in the barn, you guys are privileged. And the reason I say you're privileged is because you've had the opportunity to grow up in a livestock barn, and that does a lot of things for you. You're ahead of your contemporaries with those skills that you're learning. You know how to win, and you know how to lose, all right? One of you is going to be elated here in a minute. There's going to be a couple of you fairly happy, and there's going to be 1 or 2 of you very disappointed. That's life, right? And you'll grow from that, and you'll work harder and try and do better next year. There's folks back in the barn that would gladly trade places for you, whether they get in the top 5 or not. But that's a big thing, folks. You know how to get up early in the morning. You know how to work. You know how to set goals. You're way ahead of your contemporaries. The other thing that you're way ahead of them in is you've been exposed to great people like you folks sitting in the ring, like you folks that worked hard. The ag community doesn't get any better, folks. You're around great people, you're around great contemporaries as youth of your age, and so my challenge to you is to take advantage of that and carry it forward, whether you ever show another goat or have anything to do with the goat or any livestock species, but you're going to have those life skills that's going to make you better moving forward. And my challenge to you folks around the ring is do everything in your power to help them get there as you have been. So it's been a great honor to play a very small role in what's happened today. It's a great honor. You've had an awesome goat show. I'm not going to talk about the goats. We're going to rank them 1 through 5. I think we could do a number of things, and I could justify that in my head. But most importantly, we're going to celebrate these young people. Put your hands together, if you would, please, and give them a big hand for an awesome set of goats.
Congratulations, your Grand Champion Market Goat is exhibited by Anna Vetter of Arapahoe County. Your reserve grand champion market goat is exhibited by Addison Hodson of Weld County. Your third overall comes out of our medium weight division and is exhibited by Dylan Stone of Weld County. Your fourth overall is exhibited by Forrest Rutledge of Yuma County, and your fifth overall is exhibited by Shay Stone of Weld County. Congratulations to all of our junior market goat participants. A reminder that those of you wishing to send your goats on the truck, that is a $2 bid. They are now taking those goats in the southwest corner of the steer barn. You need to be there by 3 p.m. in the southwest corner of the steer barn in order to get your goats on the truck. Make sure you sign the sign-up sheet. 3 p.m. southwest corner of the steer barn. Attention in the cattle barn, attention in the cattle barn. We will be beginning the FFA Wrangle Heifer Project at 1:30. At 1:30, we will begin.